So this is the 100 puck glove challenge for the True 12.2 580. Again, this only happened because of Just Hockey, so huge thanks to Just Hockey. Check out them in the link in the description. Buy whatever from there, check them out. If you do, let them know you came from me, greatly appreciate it. But support them in supporting me, allowing me to do this video. This is the first game ready glove I am doing for this test, so we'll see how that goes. That will be interesting when it gets up there. I did a couple shots already just as a test before, so I kind of have a little bit of idea how this is going to go, but we're going to see once I actually get into this and try to start catching pucks. Show your support for this video if it was helpful or if it was interesting by checking out Just Hockey in the description there. Follow them on Instagram. Go buy some hockey gear from them. The link to their store is through the description. Otherwise, if you want to see me do any other companies or specific glove models, let me know in the comments and reach out to the company on social media, let them know. Companies always have demo gear around, so I'd very happily return it. Just do it for this test and send it back. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel so I can buy gear to do more tests like this one, click the link in the description to Patreon and buy me a coffee. Everything that goes through there comes right back into the channel for gear tests and stuff like this, so it would be greatly appreciated.
You're watching hockeyreviews.ca.
Yeah. Oh, that was one. That was one. left. Oh, oh. All right, so that hurt more, and you could see me pause, than any other glove I've used. Like I said, this is the only game ready I've used so far. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the top speed that we had, the last one that hurt a bunch, and we are going to try this Lizard Skins glove, inner glove, padded inner glove. My hand is definitely stinging, but we'll see if this thing really helps out a ton. I think it's gonna be a little bit, but I felt a ton right down here, and there's no padding there, and I also felt some right here. There's no padding there either, so it's right here. So we'll see how this works. Okay. Woo! Yeah, there's no padding on the back. Oh! All right, we're done. Oh! So I apologize of the whiteness of the glove in this video. I'm working on like getting settings and stuff right for this. It was too high contrast. I guess the other set I used before, or all the sets I used before, weren't as white as this set was, so it really popped and it kind of blurred the vision, so slow-mo doesn't work as great on this. I still want to try to find something I can do 120 frames per second or 240 frames per second. I think that would be really useful, but I can't at the moment. The stuff at the end, I wanted to do backhand testing on gloves because I realized, and I mentioned this in the review of the 12.2 580 glove, the NHL goalies are doing that in reverse VH. They're basically, their hands are like this in reverse VH instead of having the palm open. So I wanted to test backhand coverage like that because NHL goalies are using it. And while I don't think it's the right position and right move to do, they're using it. So this has to be a protective thing. I've done it now on 2 gloves. My optic one went much better than this one. And the optic one didn't really hurt that bad, and I felt it. The backhand one on this one, I felt it, but it wasn't like terrible. And then the one on my thumb, it honestly still stings, and it's like 10 hours later. Yeah, it's like 10 hours later from when I did that. So I'm not doing that again because like that scares me to the point of where I don't want to break a finger doing that. And obviously that's not the main protection points of gloves. So I'm just going to say, don't put your hand in that shape. I might do stick tests, like slash tests, because that's more likely of what's going to happen. But that hurt my thumb too much, and I'm not risking that again, so I'm not doing that again. So I did mention in the review, and you could see it on here, how this hurt quite a bit on a bunch of shots. And it is a game ready. It's the only game ready I've ever done of this video, so a little bit unfair compared to the other things. The Lizard Skins does help a little bit, specifically on the fingers and right here, but doesn't have any on the fingers down here. And honestly, right here and kind of right here is where I felt a bunch of shots too. And honestly down here as well. Specifically on this, it was basically here you would feel shots, up here a bit too. The cuff was pretty good, to be honest. For shots, you wouldn't really feel much. And then right down here as well, you'd feel a lot. And I'm, again, mentioned this in the review, so definitely check that out. But your fingers do end up coming like right under here. So this extra padding part can't really make it all the way over here. All here is honestly pretty good. You don't really feel much. This extra padding does work well. And even like right here, it's all when it's up on the cuff here and kind of right here and obviously right in here where it really hurts. With that said, this, as you could see, was the best catching glove I've ever caught with of any glove I've ever used. You can see some marks up here too, just for hitting the tips and on the outside. The thing that this glove does really well is the pocket, like pucks hitting into here really kind of do just force it closed. and it really locks in place there. Even if that's not a perfect seal, and I mentioned that on CCM 580, so that's why I bring it up here, that the puck really stays in there. And there's a lot of times too where if it hits here, I don't have to close my hand at all. And I see that a ton in the NHL when you catch them perfect like that. You don't have to actually close the glove. It just stays in the pocket and does its job. This glove is really good for that. The other thing that this glove is really good for is I found that the things that kind of hit here didn't go in for the most part. Some of the gloves I've been using, they will tilt a bit more, or it would kind of bounce down. And I thought that this one did a pretty good job of, one, funneling pucks into the pocket, and two, kind of keeping things out. I had a couple bounce here that you could see, and the whole thing kind of flexes, and it still did a decent job of keeping the puck out. I hate that I have this glove. I hate that I got to try this glove out because I like it too much. Personally, if I was going to buy this glove, 580, I would probably get a Pro Palm. I've heard of great things of the Pro Palm on the 580, and that closure is still really excellent. One, I'd want to try that to see how it is, and two, I just think there's definitely hesitations when I go to catch the puck with this, especially after it would hurt. Like once I got like 2 in a row that really dinged, there were definitely hesitations of me like on the next one, like, okay, is this going to hurt more? I don't want that in my game. I'm not a great puck catcher anyway, so I can't really have any hesitations to begin with. But this thing I caught phenomenally with it, so I got to give a ton of props. The one thing I'm wondering is is it the break, is it the glove, or is it the game readiness? I don't really think it's the game readiness, to be totally honest. I really want to try one of these in a Pro Palm or even a practice palm just to see. But I don't really think the game ready part is what did it. I think it's the phenomenal design of this glove to begin with, and that really helped with that. The thing I want to say though is I do really think they could add a protection right here on the inside of the glove without this really being like a hindrance for closure, right? So your thumb rests right here, and there definitely could be more padding on the inside here, because that's not really ever going to affect closure. And even then, that would push that out a little bit, so that seal might be a little bit better. Or maybe they've tried this and doing that pushes your thumb too far away from here and it kind of makes a break awkward. But I would really like to see if they could like figure a way to make this kind of stick out a little bit more, to add a little bit more padding on the inside, or honestly, even just add a softer foam, like kind of like this right down here. And that would make that kind of a little bit better. Because again, it's not going to get in the way of closure really, except up here, but I don't think you really need to do it up here. Your thumb's not up here. It's more down here. So if they really could add like a little piece of soft foam here, it would be perfect for me. And I think that would just do a little bit better for protection on this side, because you really do feel them right here a lot. And not like there's not a ton of puck marks here, right? It's all right here, and that's where you start feeling them, and right down here as well. So I'd be really interested to see if they could do that. But regardless, this glove I caught phenomenally with it. Huge fan of it. It legitimately feels like a pro glove, and some of the other companies that kind of make similar gloves like this don't. This one really does, and it's really awesome. The pocket feels great. I really wish I could get this in an actual game, because the puck machine is a little bit different than actual ice. So I hold the glove up kind of like this a little bit in this, and I wouldn't do that in a game. And when I did try to change my glove position, I would just get beat down low. I'm 6'3". So when people see like a tall goalie kind of cheating like this, or my experience, they start shooting low pad, and then everything beats me down there. So I kind of have to keep it up here. So it's a little bit more even between those two and not cheating up high as much. So I'm curious to see if this would work as well with me in an actual game situation. But for the Boney, it worked phenomenally, and it was really awesome here. Huge thanks to Jess Hockey for making this video happen and letting me borrow their demo set for this. Support them for like supporting me and letting me do this. They didn't have to do this. They let me take this for a week, do all the reviews and stuff on it. So that's greatly appreciated on there. If you're buying any hockey equipment, check out the links to Just Hockey in the description to their Instagram page. Follow them there, and check out their website and make a purchase. I bought custom gear with them, specifically this blocker. It was an exceptional experience, so I definitely recommend checking them out if you're buying custom gear or any gear at all, player gear as well. I've had amazing experiences even before I kind of started doing these videos with them, so I definitely recommend checking them out, and it supports me and supports them, so it'd be greatly appreciated. If you want to see me do this challenge with any other gloves, specific breaks and stuff like that, please let me know in the comments, and reach out to the companies on social media. Let them know you want to see me do their glove in the challenge. I would happily use more demo gear like this and just put it through its paces. And thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully it was helpful. Check out the whole review set of this. Lots of videos on that, lots of content talking about it, and I think it's pretty interesting. If this video was helpful in making a purchase, please reach out to this manufacturer on social media, let them know. Be greatly appreciated. Helps me get on their radar, and hopefully I can do more like reviews and stuff like this with gear like this in the future. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel, check out the links to the description to Patreon, Buy Me a Coffee. Everything through there comes right back into channel, so I can be making gear and making more videos.
You're watching HockeyReviews.ca.